Okay, so I get a lot of questions about whether the swing is left-sided or right-sided, left-handed or right-handed. So the way I describe this is that it's the left side, it's both-sided. It's both left-sided and right-sided. So I did a little comparison here to kind of explain how the swing looks and feels relative to what the left side of the body is doing. So what you can see here is the left side of the body is very similar to throwing a frisbee. So let's watch the motion of, and I'm stepping into this, so I'm actually stepping into my stance, and then I'm throwing the frisbee, and you can see that I then release the frisbee. Now, that's the actual throw of the frisbee. So you're seeing me rotate the arm and then release the body and throw the frisbee. Now, let's go to the golf swing here. And you're going to see me hit a golf shot here, and we'll go to the top of the backswing. And now let's take a look at some similarities here to what's happening during the frisbee throw versus the golf swing. So once I get established at the top of the swing, all right, top of the backswing, one thing I want you to particularly notice is the tilt of the body, the tilt of the spine. That's a similar trait you're seeing in both the frisbee throw and the golf swing. Now, let's watch what happens here in the transition in the frisbee throw. You can see I move into my lead leg, and then it pulls my torso around. So what you get, and this is the important part of this, is you get a pulling right here in the body. So right here, you're starting to see a little bit of pull of the body right in this area. So that's the pull of the swing right in that area. So watch when I continue this motion, you see it's a rotational pull of the lead arm, and then the releasing of the frisbee. Look at impact position here. This would be impact with a golf ball. And let's fast forward to impact when I'm swinging a golf club. And you just see so many similarities there to this impact position, where the tilt of the body is probably exactly the same. It looks like there's a perfect just tilt to the shoulders here. And then there's the bracing into the lead leg. There's that bracing into the lead leg that creates the rotational ability of the pelvis and the torso. So, and then once again, it's interesting to note that the back of the lead hand going to the target on both sides there. All right, so if I had to relate the feeling of the golf swing to something, it would be throwing a frisbee. Now let's do this. Let's go down the line and do this. Let's take a look at what that motion looks like down the line. So I'm going to take a step into the frisbee throw here, and then we'll look at the golf swing as well. Okay, so watch the frisbee throw. Let's take a look at it. Now, what's fascinating about this, watch this again to the top. Is that the arm crosses the shoulder plane. I think this is a very important part of, and the arm is bent here, which is interesting, because my right arm isn't producing any distance from my body, but you can see the arm bend, but the hands still go to the shoulder area position here, the shoulder height position. So let's keep going here. There's that body rotation. So you can see the similarities in the motion of the body there. So I'm going to overlay these just for fun here and see what happens. So here's the frisbee throw. It's the backswing right there. Now let's watch the forward motion. Frisbee throw versus golf swing here. Overlaid. Now, let's back this up, and I'll just explain the single plane here to you. So, you'll notice here that when I do the Frisbee throw, if you want to talk about plane is a naturally occurring phenomenon here. I'm aligning the club shaft up with the plane I'm going to swing it on. I'm lining the Frisbee up on the plane of the arm. So what's happening is that when you throw the Frisbee, it's gonna move on the plane that you throw it relative to the arm plane, just like the shaft plane is lining up to its impact plane. So arm rotation creates the plane. You can see that the lead arm rotation creates that plane. So the key is to align the club shaft, as you can see, up with the plane you're going to swing the path of the club on. So we're setting the club down. If you look at the right-hand side of the screen here, we're setting the club down, and then just like the Frisbee throw, we're rotating the lead arm. See the rotation of the arm across the chest, and then we're bringing it back down, and we're impacting on the same plane. So that's the key to even the Frisbee throw here, is we're Watch here when I go ahead and step into it. Rotation of the arm, release of the arm. So it's a rotational movement of the body and a pull of the arm. So it's a lead side pull, like you're throwing a Frisbee. Okay, it's a lead side pull as, I'm going to go back to face on. It's a lead side pull as you, when you stabilize, stay in your tilt. See how you're tilted? So it's a lead side pull as you stay in your tilt to get the arm to rotate and release correctly.